Look!
Listen.
Taylor.
Yep, it's Taylor. It's Lookless with Geese Guyera and Taylor. And this week it's, actually today, January 9th. Is that January 9th?
Whoa.
It is yes. Happy, everybody. It's a holiday in Japan. It's coming of age day where everybody who's turning 20 this year gets a big celebration and they're officially adults and they dress up in kimono and they have a wonderful time and they walk around the streets of Japan. As you might hear, I am sleepy because we are recording early.
An adult is 20 in Japan?
Yes, in Japan, yes.
Interesting. When can you drink? Is it 20 or is it
20,
like 16
20
or something?
20 is everything.
Wow.
Alcohol, gambling, drinking, all that.
Interesting.
This is Look, Listen with Geese and Guyera, a podcast about Pokemon and other things. And sometimes Taylor's here.
It's true.
A lot of times Taylor is here.
Yeah.
What's the percentage now? 30%?
Yeah, 30%, maybe even higher.
15?
Oh, I don't know.
not high.
I like setting my expectations low, so I'm always impressed.
I feel like 30% is a good estimate.
I'm sticking with 15. When it turns out to be 16, I'm going to be like, wow, I did better than I thought.
Well, not of all time, but
Yeah.
in the current Taylor era, the Showa era. All right, everybody. Okay, here's the thing. Did we do every single generation already? Yes. Does it turn out there's also an Orange Island season? Yes.
Is that in the games?
No. The Orange Islands. Hey, but we get our boy Tracy in this episode, and
I thought his name was
Everybody-
Terry for my entire life.
wait, is it Terry or Tracy?
It's Tracy. You're correct.
Okay.
So
In
I'm
English,
sitting there
Tracy's
watching the episode, and this guy's just along, and I'm like, is he being introduced to them? And then he just keeps talking, and they introduce themselves, and I didn't hear it. And because of the media player, I didn't want to rewind 5 seconds to hear his name. So I thought, surely, at least on the Professor Oak call, he's going to, spoilers, he's going to say his name, and nope, just continues for the rest of the episode. And I'm like, okay, I guess Terry's just with him. And then he says his name is Tracy. No.
Yes,
You're correct.
they introduce a little bit later. So that was fun because everybody loves Tracy Sketch. And I'll tell you his name in Japanese once we get to it. But first, before Pokemon, we should get into looking, playing, watching, eating, goofing.
What have you been looking at, girls? Everybody's favorite segment.
I watched the film The Menu.
I thought you were going to say the Minions.
In that voice.
Oh, man. I just can't get enough of those little guys.
Never seen a Minions movie.
No, neither have I.
Or
But
Despicable Me.
if I were to see a Minions film, it would be a Universal City Walk. Because that's where they live. Okay.
That's where they live. That's where the Minions live. In one big house.
Yes. All right. The Menu. Everybody was talking about it, and I did express interest before, and I was going to watch it in theaters.
Hmm?
Yes. But instead, I've been busy, so HBO Max it was. It is. It do. And Anya Taylor-Joy's in it. So what am I going to not see it? Come on now.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see it in theaters twice.
Well, I was gonna, but anywho, good movie. The trailers gave away every square inch of the movie.
That's why I don't even watch trailers anymore.
But I like
Yeah.
trailers.
I mean, yeah, trailers are sick. I think people stopped knowing how to make trailers like 5 years ago. And they just said, let's
Yeah.
just give them a mini movie.
Terrible. I knew everything going in, so that lessened my experience. Spoilers, close your ears. Wait.
Oh,
maybe
Jesus, I haven't seen it. I'm going to take off my
never
headphones.
mind. You know what? Never mind.
No, it's okay.
No point spoilers if nobody's gonna. Why even open my mouth?
I'm real excited because it has a great cast. And it's about
Yeah.
food, presumably, I
Well,
think.
presumably, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I also watched. I mentioned this earlier, a few weeks ago, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But because I've been listening to the Office Ladies podcast with the actors that played Angela and Jan, not Jan. Oh, Pam.
Oh.
That'd be funny if it was Jan. Pam and Angela. I've been on this Office kick of just watching all these deleted scenes and compilations of scenes because I'm not going to sign up for Peacock and actually watch the episodes. So YouTube it is. YouTube.
Yeah. You can just watch YouTube shorts and get the same. Like, oh, I
And
remember that.
very soon, I'm gonna also go back on HBO Max and watch the Banshees of Inisherin.
What's that?
That's the Irish movie, right? Geese? Is it set in Ireland or Scotland?
Is that
I have
also
no
about
idea what you're
food?
talking about.
I don't think that one's about food, but this is a movie that people really liked last year. It is
Horror?
no. Well, hey, guess what? I don't know, which is good.
Oh, that's so sick. Because I don't know anything about the menu except that it's about food.
I'm trying to get you a country. We're getting a lot of kind of fun McDonough's.
Oh,
Let
yeah,
me find.
Ireland.
West Coast of Ireland. Okay, it's West Coast of Ireland is where this movie is. West Coast of Ireland. Okay, here's a movie I had no intention of seeing, but I'm probably going to see today because the Rotten Tomatoes is through the roof. Why don't you guess? Why don't you guess? Zero interest, but Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it a Minions movie?
No.
Okay, not Rise of Gru.
But it does start with the letter Mm.
Limited re-release of the movie Men?
No. Why do we keep talking about men? Oh,
It's
not
half the
us. Somebody else
population.
brought it.
Okay.
The name of the film I'm going to watch, which I had no desire to, but am now going to, is Megan. With
the yeah.
doll.
I saw a part of a or like a review of that. I don't even know why I was watching it, but I've heard it's pretty good.
Well, I'll tell you next time if it's good or not via my opinions.
It looks fun and campy.
I think it is supposed to be campy.
Yeah.
But maybe it's good like Puppet Master kind of thing. Taylor, please tell me your...
I saw Avatar. Finally.
Water. I can't wait to rub it in the people in the Discord's faces. So many. Oh, there's no way it's going to be good. But now that Dan has seen it and he liked it a lot, that's the only opinion they're going to respect and trust and actually believe is real without just believing what it says on the internet that you have to hate Avatar. So
yeah.
I can't wait to smugly post about Avatar. Oh,
it was I enjoyed because I saw it with Eric. I enjoyed the brutal efficiency of the plot. Every character just says, let me tell you what just happened, what's going to happen, and who I am. And every scene was just great. It seemed like everything was just facilitating the planet Earth type thing they were trying to do with all the kids playing in the water all the time. Probably could have cut an
Eric
hour
went
off
to Montana?
No. I saw it in Houston.
Oh.
I was just stuck in Montana, so I wasn't really able to watch anything. I was part of the Southwest Airlines debacle this year.
Oh no!
Because you two jokers love Southwest Airlines, and here I am on United, which I also had a terrible experience, but at least it's not Southwest.
I was going to say bastion of excellence, United Airlines, very very famous for their good customer service.
Carlos, once I talked to the little robot man and said, "Please, I feel like you're treating me like an animal," they let me have an aisle seat. So,
oh wow,
I know.
Wow, you got an
I'm sorry,
aisle
a robot
seat?
Man?
Yeah,
he may have been a real human, but it was just a little chat box.
Are you talking? I'm picturing you on the plane talking to a flight attendant, calling him a robot in a chat box.
No.
Yeah. Avatar was great. It was real pretty. Best CG and 3D I have seen in a film so far.
Yeah, good high frame rate. And I loved, it's long enough now that I can say this character, right? If not, hold your ears for 10 seconds. I loved Sigourney Weaver Jr. She's so good.
It was so funny because there was this, it's like, oh, here's my 13-year-old daughter who sounds 95.
No, girl.
It's so funny.
She's not.
First of all, loved it. Loved every minute of it. But it's a very silly movie.
It's fun.
Yeah. Great. I can't wait for the next one. Probably. I assume they're just going to make 8 of them.
Well, yeah, there are no assumptions necessary because don't you remember about 15 years ago when I said there's more information about Avatar 7 than Avatar 2? Geese, what did you watch? Oh, look at the top.
I've been busy. I've been planning this Japan trip. I don't have time to watch things.
That's okay.
I guess if you count watching Aaron try to be Punch-Out on his Twitch channel.
There you go.
He's going to do it one day. That lag's going to get him.
It's been 2 years.
What?
2 years of Punch-Out. Just everyday Punch Out. 12 hours
No.
straight.
I love Punch Out. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's move on to playing. No playing for me this week, really, at all. I quickly went on Scarlet and Violet just to do a quick code for the dumb Stardust mystery gift. I mean, tons of Pokemon Go, but does that really count as a video game when I'm just constantly doing in the background every day of
if
my life?
Fortnite counts as a video game, Pokemon Go counts as a video game.
Whoa. I feel like that comparison is not fair.
They're free to play. You play with friends, play by yourself. Some competitive stuff, gyms. Yeah.
Is a game... gyms? Wait!
What?
Is a game free? Not a game.
Have you ever played Fortnite, Taylor?
I haven't played either. Oh, no, I played Pokemon Go when it first came out for like 2 weeks, I think.
You must have played a round of PUBG's Royal Ground.
Nope. I own PUBG. I have installed Fortnite 2 times. Never played either of them.
Wait, are you allowed to own PUBG at this point? Isn't it? They didn't make it free to play?
I have no idea. But
that's so sick.
The experience that I had with PUBG was in, the internet cafe in Little Tokyo, or one of them. It's the largest one. So
where?
It's probably LA in second, around the little shopping center on the second floor.
Second floor, the shopping center.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about where I get my little Tamago Pond, the grocery store?
No, different building. The one on the other side of the abandoned building formerly known as Demitas. Yeah, so across the street, that's Los Angeles, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Los Angeles.
Yeah, Little Tokyo's in Los Angeles.
So, or Los Angeles Street or Avenue or whatever. So across from that, along 2nd Street, on the second floor of the shopping center, where you get all the little toys of Godzilla figures and Gundam models and everything. On the second floor of that, there's an internet cafe. I used to go to that internet cafe when you were asleep and I wanted to play Overwatch. So one day, I'm just playing Overwatch, doing my thing. Used to bring my own mouse pad, and everything. And there were these 5 or 6 just burly people who would be playing PUBG, making military-grade call-outs. And I'm sitting there
making millions
on my little mouse pad, looking over like, oh, I'm just playing Farah, and they'd just be like, oh, you're 6, and it was very intimidating. So I decided not to play it.
There, actually, funny you mentioned that. That just happened recently. There was a man playing Rainbow Six Siege, and he accidentally called the police. So the police were listening to him play Rainbow Six Siege. And needless to say, they showed up for double homicide and told him, is everybody safe in the house? And he said, there's nobody here.
That's probably the worst answer you could give after a 911 call, too. Yeah. I swear, officer, I'm alone. Yeah.
No, I think it worked out all right.
That's
yeah. Taylor, tell me the playing.
Interesting time playing, because stuck in Montana, had my Steam Deck, and I don't really use my Steam Deck for anything outside of Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky.
Trails of Cold Steel. Taylor, I am jealous of your Steam Deck.
Trails in the Sky.
What is that?
Trails of Cold Steel's F.
What is going on? I'm so confused.
We reroute. Okay. It's just a very long RPG series. They're fine. They focus on world building a lot, and I heard a lot of really good things about them. So I start playing Trails of Cold Steel. That's not quite my cup of tea, because it's about a bunch of kids, and I just can't really relate to the dynamic of 12-year-olds in military school. So I started playing Trails in the Sky, which doesn't have as many age-gated experiences. Like, it's not specifically about, oh, you're a child. It's more about, oh, you're starting a profession. So that's been pretty enjoyable. Point is, I was following a guide, right? Because I intend on playing the first, second, and third entry on Steam Deck and using a crossover save. I get every single point, and you have to get 368 or 369 of them, except for one. I missed one when I was on the plane and didn't have access to my guide. And it was from answering a question wrong, and it was a stupid throwaway little question. So now I have to find out how to download 100% save.
That stinks so bad. That's me
Yeah.
playing Final Fantasy X-2 and me trying to get the platinum on Stick of Truth. God, I hate missing one little thing.
Yeah, you're 10-2. Why don't you tell your 10-2 story? That's an interesting one.
Real quick. I've played through Final Fantasy X-2 more than once, trying to get 100% on one save file, and both times I meticulously followed a guide, and every single time I would end up with 99% and want to end it all. So I just YouTubed the 100%.
Wasn't it some kind of goofy 99.3% because there's so much to collect?
Maybe. I don't recall the exact number. I know it was 99.
So I was playing that, and then I thought, okay, I missed one bracer point, which is what the little points are called. So I said, I'm going to play a Metroidvania on the rest of the plane ride, and that'll be fine. And I wound up playing Haiku the Robot for a little bit, and then I played a game called Chasm, which is just a very sluggishly controlling Symphony of the Night clone. But I was looking at Metroidvanias because I figured that would be pretty good.
I can't believe you have a Steam Deck. I wish I had a Steam Deck. That's so sick. I got the Analog Pocket though. All right. You've been playing D2 Mighty Ducks?
No, D2 Destiny
Super
2
Nintendo?
and Remnant from the Ashes with Eric.
Oh, I thought that was just Last Remnant and you didn't have time to finish typing.
Eric's your friend from Houston, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
From the Space Center?
No. That's Phil Evans. Do you have your little
many
murder mystery board with all the string?
Honestly, at this point, I should do that.
Why don't you?
Make a
oh, that'd be
family
great.
tree.
And you can have it behind you every time.
I met Eric in college. We were both in the acting program, and then I introduced him to Taylor at some point after that.
Yes. Let me write that down.
Yes.
Get it on the dry erase board.
Eric with a K. That's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Geese, tell us. Don't give me that grimace, Eric. Geese, what is your playing?
So last time I talked about how I played Minecraft, and I was like, I want to play Valheim instead. Well, I played Valheim for 2 days, and I'm already sick of it.
Did you burn out on it, or is it just not your game?
Well, I played it a lot last year. It can grab its hooks in me, but
you've been watching too much Punch-Out. You need a more thrilling game.
Maybe. I really don't know, but I think honestly I'm just too busy and I have too much on my mind and too much to do to play video games right now, really. But maybe I kind of want to play God of War, the first
Ragnarok or the first one? Oh, the first one's so good.
I'm at the point of
my laptop.
Baby laptop?
Steam Deck.
My laptop isn't a baby laptop. It's a gaming laptop. This has a 2070 in it.
Little infant, little girl laptop.
Well, 2070 is a decent card, but that's a beautiful game.
You need the trophies, Geese.
Okay, well, are you guys gonna send me a PS4 or a PS5?
I can facilitate your trade for your laptop for a PS5.
There you go. There's a deal.
There you go. Okay, Geese, let's take it from the other way around. What'd you eat this week?
Valheim.
No.
Yeah.
One copy of Valheim.
I had some pizza yesterday. Just drowning in quiche. I wish I was drowning in pizza.
It's a good problem to have.
What in what part of the country are you now? Like what region?
Maryland.
Maryland? Do they have good pizza? They have to have good pizza if they're in the Northeast.
It's fine pizza.
They got trout fish over there. Lake trout.
Oh. Hey,
Baltimore.
R.I.P. my boy.
First of all, there's no natural lake in Maryland.
That's why it's funny
that
they call it lake trout.
Baltimore is on a harbor and a bay.
Harbor trout doesn't sound that appetizing.
Neither does lake trout.
Some nice fresh harbor trout.
Yum.
Oh,
but my friend Justin is coming over, and he's the reason why I have a hard out at 3.
Justin is the new 4th member because the amount we talk about Justin, I'm telling you.
I haven't heard about him. Tell me about Justin.
Justin's the most legendary character in all of Look, Listen with Geese Guyera.
Give me an elevator pitch for Justin.
Oh my God, where to begin?
Okay.
He's Geese's friend, the only friend she has in this area.
Yes, he's the only remaining friend I have that lives
The
in our
only
hometown.
remaining is what gets me.
It's the
That's a
most
good word to
ominous.
use.
Way.
She's playing Rainbow
yeah.
Six Siege, and he is the only one left.
Okay.
He's my friend from high school. I don't know what else you want to know about him.
How does he feel about Harbor Trout? Does he like the pizza in Maryland? What does he think
I
about
feel
the
like
Minions franchise?
Minions, I think he's like neutral. Pizza, I'm sure he likes it.
Nooch Minions.
He's my friend.
That's very sick, Geese.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about Bonchan, or should Taylor talk about
Yes.
coffee?
Wait, yes. So Justin's coming
Yes!
over, and when Justin comes over, we usually go out and get Bonchan, and
Which
it's very
is
tasty.
Korean.
Bonchan.
Yeah, it's a Korean like chicken chain. So good.
And the worst meal of my life. All right, Taylor's. You know that story.
Number one worst meal?
I don't remember.
Because I was so excited because my one cousin likes Korean culture, what have you, but never had real Korean food. So
That's an interesting culture to really like.
being, I think the K-pop, the kids love the K-pop.
Classic kids.
So Taylor's eating this meal, of course, tteokbokki, and
Mhm.
I'm a fan of tteokbokki. So
Too much fish sauce.
Well, fish sauce taste.
For me.
Case, there's no tteokbokki anywhere in Houston, so we have to travel all the way to a Bonchan. And I say, "Oh, it's gonna be delicious," and we order a couple tteokbokkis, and their tteokbokkis are bad. at
Yeah, you should
Bonchan.
only get the chicken. The chicken and the
Woo-wee.
French fries.
That's what everybody else
Yeah.
was getting.
Yeah, classic Korean feast.
I knew we were in trouble when we walked in, though, because there was nobody of Asian descent anywhere in the restaurant. And when I eat my Korean food, it is specifically
in
Koreans
Houston there
preparing
wasn't?
it.
That's very interesting. Let's see, what have I been eating? No Tron Bon.
Nobu?
No, a lot of coffee in Montana. Got this sweater.
Does it say Montana?
No, it says Oh, does it say Montana? It might. Nope. But it is an espresso chain in Montana because their coffee is so good. It's
That's
shocking.
sick.
I was so proud of Montana. So we've been going there for the past two years, I guess. And I found out they were building a Starbucks in the Albertsons parking lot of a place called Livingston. And I was so worried because I was like, it is in the mountains. It's like 25 minutes from Yellowstone. So it's right there. And I was just thinking, oh, great. Another big global chain comes in and elbows out the little guy because their little coffee chains are these adorable little huts that are in parking lots, right? You can fit 2 people in them, maybe 3 max. But we go there, and the entire almost 2 weeks, I saw 1 car in Starbucks parking lot. And I was like, you know what, Livingston? I'm proud of you for fighting back. So I was really excited
I got the Starbucks refill tumbler, so I get to go every day and get coffee.
You got a tumbler? Do they clean it out for you, or do you clean it?
Can I
wash
see it? I want to. What does it look like?
Hold on, I'll go get it. You two talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Why were you in Montana?
I was in Montana because that's where my girlfriend's host family all are. So we go there a few times a year. But Jesus, getting stranded there was ridiculous. We have the credit card that we both have is called a Chase Sapphire Reserve card, and they have fantastic travel protection. So the only reason I have that credit card is specifically because of Montana trip. Every single time. Oh, that's a sick tumbler. Oh.
You buy. Wait, I told you about this, Geese. You buy this in December, and then
I know. I just want to see what it looks like.
Did you see?
Like dark.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Green, or is it black?
Yeah, I like that color green. It's green. You just show up with the tumbler, and they put coffee in it
for free.
Well, you paid for it in December, but yeah.
How much is it?
Wait,
too much. But I got the holiday discount, so it's like 40 something.
Jesus, $40? Well, I guess if you're getting coffee multiple times a day, that's great.
And you get a tumbler. Because this bad boy is fantastic, but he was like 20 something.
Oh, 30. It's different with
that Coco, this audio podcast. I was showing off the Coco Ichibanya tumbler, which I adore because it's Zojirush level. Let me keep a temperature.
Really?
I can't believe how long something will remain hot.
Who's the manufacturer? Do you know?
H2O to go. H2Go.
I'm using my skeptical face.
Yes, the Avatar skeptical face. It's a good movie. Lots of fun.
Wait,
It was a lot of fun.
Taylor, what kind of travel protection does the Chase Sapphire card have?
Basically, if you get, let's say you're planning a trip overseas or something and you have a lot of tours booked and those end up being non-refundable, you get up to $10,000 of reimbursable credit from them. So they'll just refund you. If you get a delay, I think it's like $500 per person per ticket. So that pretty much covers anything. I've gotten clothes with them, a bunch of meals with them, gas, hotels, stuff like that.
But he has to pay a lot of money for it.
Yes. Yeah, it's expensive, but it ends up being worth it because just one trip to Montana pretty much covers the fee of the card.
But I really want to go. Geese, he has access to all the fancy lounges that I've never been sick enough to go to. And
they're
I
so
want to
sick.
go to a fancy lounge.
They're super. The one in Germany is fantastic. It's so cool. But the
Like an airport lounge?
Yes, the cool ones for the rich and famous geese.
The problem is the lounge in Denver is just a bar. And there's no access or anything. It's just a bad restaurant and a bad bar. And it's awful. I hate the Denver airport.
What airline lounge is it?
There's no airline associated with it. It's just for this company called Priority Pass.
So any airport lounge?
Well, not any airport lounge. It has to be a Priority Pass lounge. So, for instance, I don't think Hobby has one right now, but most other airports do.
Interesting.
There was one in Ankara, of all places, that was terrific. And it's just a bunch of buffets.
Are you guys both going to pretend you know what Ankara means?
Ankara.
The capital of Turkey?
Oh my God. That's correct.
No, that's Istanbul. Or Kickapoo.
No.
How do you know that?
Or
The
Darjeeling.
capital of Turkey?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
I
spent a long time there.
I had to memorize all the capitals and the countries in the Middle East for my modern Middle East class in college.
You took a modern Middle East class? I took an American foreign policy and a Middle Eastern foreign policy, but I never learned the capital of Ankara.
My eating this week is boring. I had a dumb salad with turkey in it. And then...
No, speaking of turkey.
Oh, got him. I got my sick curry cauliflower again. That was tasty. And
curry cauliflower.
It's very good from Sweet Green. Here's the thing. Am I physically capable of eating healthy 6 days in a row like I used to?
You can do it.
But I can go to Taco Bell and just order less food. And you know the trick to losing weight. You just consume fewer calories and walk more. So that's the current strat we're going with.
Nice.
Because as everybody knows, when you go to visit family, you gain 600 pounds. So
boy, do
eat
you.
less.
So worried about my darn surgery because being non-ambulatory for minimum 6 weeks is going to kill me. You know, I gained 35 pounds in 2 months the last surgery I had. 35 pounds in 2 months.
I believe it.
Just from not moving. Because I normally eat way too much food, and lo and behold, eating an entire family-sized box of Cheez-Its and half a jar of almond butter will make you gain weight.
Geese. Taylor's a sleep eater, so he used to just go into the fridge asleep and just keep putting food in his mouth and just jars and jars of peanut butter.
That's so fun.
He walked in on me, huddled in a corner, eating peanut butter, didn't he?
Probably.
Mm.
You're not supposed to wake a sleep walker, I think, according to the song by Regina Spektor. But I think sometimes do you want to be eating this? As if I was a ghost, I guess, in his dream, like a Christmas Carol visiting him. I was watching Christmas Carol with family, or Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. No, the one from 1960. But
perfect for the kids with their love of K-pop.
Here's the thing. I felt bad because in the movie, and I guess in the real story too, you've got 1 million ghosts all in chains, and you've got Bob Marley saying to Scrooge, he tells him, you got to change your ways or you're going to be just like us. How come nobody else got this treatment? None of these other poor souls got anybody visiting them. They just all get to be in chains forever, poor guys. God.
Yeah, but maybe
Scrooge's
they
what?
didn't change their ways. Maybe they woke up and they said, "'Twas just a dream," and then continued about their ways, unlike the advice of the ghosts.
No way.
If you had a dream about a bunch of ghosts telling you to eat healthy 6 days a week like you used to, would you do it?
Well, that's a dream, girls. It's different.
Exactly. That's how you get thousands of chained ghosts.
All right. Hey, Geese, do you have a city picked out for Taylor for Reporter Geese Peep?
Yeah, I do. I linked it.
Okay. Girls, I know it was difficult last time, but you're going to have to figure this out. Maybe pull out a
Okay.
cell phone, maybe. I don't know. Something. Just grab your cell phone and Google search the city she wrote.
Okay.
For maximum.
Murder
She wrote
wrote.
Mapatuputin, Mozambique.
That's not a real place.
That's the capital of Mozambique.
Oh, you and your capitals, Geese.
Maputo. He's friends with Caputo.
Mozambique.
Wait, that is the capital, right? Hold on, now I'm having a second.
Oh, yeah. Ask
Ooh,
me, Geese.
you
Ask
are
me if
gonna
that's the
have-
capital.
You're going to have egg on your face if you're wrong.
Yes, it is the capital. Okay.
Maputo?
Laughing at you.
Weather.
There you go. You got it. Okay, do your classic character, Taylor, of can you do a good
I could be guy that was supposed to be on vacation but wound up in Maputo.
do him?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Geese has
Maputo,
got
which
to,
is
well, hold on. Geese has got to send it off to you.
all right.
Now we have Taylor reporting live.
I'm doing my ear thing. That shows I'm waiting. I'm waiting
You
for the
should do that.
feed to get in.
Gears of War.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Geese?
think we.
What's the
we
weather
got
like
you.
on the field?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not in
What's
Greece.
the weather like?
I'm not in Greece. I think I was supposed to be sent to
Athens.
Greece.
Athens, Greece. Where are you?
I'm in Mozambique. People are saying
Oh.
it's Maputo.
Southwest really goofed it this time, didn't they?
It's awful. Luckily, I have travel protection sponsored by the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. A great day overall. Literally just sun. Surprising for the plains of Africa. Just sun, 76 degrees. It's fantastic weather. If you own an umbrella, I was
Throw
ready
it
for
away.
Greece, which was a lot of cloud cover. So I'm no sunscreen over here. But the weather's very good. It's very hot. It's very plainsy. You've got a nice plains vibe. I just want to go to Greece.
It's on the ocean.
There's a bunch of plains by the ocean. I didn't ask to be here. Or are you talking about Greece?
Are you talking about airplanes?
Sounds lovely. No. Planes, the Serengeti.
Magic the Gathering. You're tapping for white mana.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Fields of wheat.
Oh, like Gladiator.
Yeah. Basically Gladiator, except I'm not in Greece.
Neither
Thank
was
you for your-
Gladiator.
What?
Yeah, he's walking through the fields with his fingers in the.
Yeah. Oh, the children
I
brown
don't,
like my
I don't
wife's
understand that
hair.
reference.
You've seen
Sick.
Gladiator. If you've
I've
seen
not seen
all of the
Gladiator.
Gru movies, you've seen Gladiator.
Thank you, reporter Geese Peep, live from the fields of Mozambique. And Geese, why don't you send it off to our Poké News of the Week correspondent?
Their weather is hilarious.
Yes.
What's some news?
Clambos, it's Poké News of the Week. And this week we got more stinking codes for dumb comet shards that you can sell for a small amount of money. So go to sarahb.com or search Twitter for SarahB and just start scrolling down for those codes. They're not very exciting. But hey, we do have some news, and these are kind of spoilers, so if you need to close your little ears, now's the time to do it. But we've got some leaks coming out. So, a Pokemon stream for a Pokemon tournament happened recently where they revealed some little sprite art, Scarlet Violet sprite art for Pokemon that are not currently in the video game yet, which means they are and maybe coming to Watch your language, Taylor. Jesus
Holy
Christ.
Mother of God.
So maybe for the DLC, we're getting new Pokemon that were shown off in these little icons.
What'd they look like?
They're the normal Pokemon that we already know, but new Pokemon games don't have access to every single Pokemon anymore.
Right.
And then there was a little move builder application where people found some exclusive new moves that are also not in the game. Those moves are, of course, Psycho Blade and Hydro Steam, which, of course,
Psycho Blade is so sick sounding.
must be the signature moves of our DLC Pokemon that we're getting, Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion, or Virizion, as they say in the anime, which I will never call him Verizon or
Yeah.
AT&T.
Verizon is a great name for a Pokemon.
He's Viridian, so he's Virizion. Good lord, come
That
on,
doesn't make any sense.
localizers.
Verizon presents Viridian.
But yes, both of these leaks came out in accidental ways, which was sort of amusing. And that is Poké News of the Week. All right, everybody. Geese, would you please tell the Clambos to prepare themselves and enjoy the following message?
Please enjoy the following ad break. We'll be right back.
I am so thrown off. Okay, Geese, let's practice you ordering at Coco Ichibanya. So you sit down, they approach you, and you say, sumimasen. And then you point to what you want. You probably want regular curry. For me, for instance, I want the bifu kare, because in Japan, their normal curry is a pork broth. In the United States, it's vegetarian broth. Yep. But you can choose a beef broth, beef-based curry. So I'm going to say bifu kare, supaisu reburu, go, to start off with, to, chicken katsu, to, chizu. So just say that.
Just do that.
I'm so bad at Japanese. I'm so bad that it's not even funny for me to say it. It's just like embarrassing. I'm so bad.
You don't need to be fluent in Japanese.
You can at least say.
Talking about fluency, I can't pronounce.
Geese, it's a family affair. Podcast.
Oh yeah.
Pronounce anything.
You can say arigato, Geese.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
There you go.
I can't see. Guyera, don't
You
do
did
that
it fine. You did it
Making
fine.
A face. Just say it slow and you're good. Arigato.
Arigato. I know. I got arigato down. I'm not worried about that.
That's 90% of your traveling.
Welcome back to Look, Listen with Geese and Guyera. Taylor's out of the toilet.
It's true.
Geese, would you like to let the Clambos know the title of today's episode?
Which was very confusing for me because of the episode number.
The Lost Lapras. I don't have it translated.
Or I have it written here. I've got it on the doc.
You sent me the episode title, and it said episode 31, Coming of Age Day. And I'm just going back and forth, looking desperately for Coming of Age Day. Can't find it anywhere. So I just watched Lost Lapras.
Yeah. The translation is Save Lap. What?
Yeah. I have to say, The Lost Lapras. Translated Save Laplace?
Rapurasu. The transcription, of course, Rapurasu or Tasukero.
Try it, Geese. Rapurasu.
No!
Try it.
I can't. No, I can't.
Oh, she sounds so... Don't force her. Starting to feel bad.
When I went to Japan, it was for study abroad, and we went to a university in Kyoto, and
I bet
we had
you studied abroad. Am I right?
Hey yo.
And we had to introduce ourselves. So we wrote these really brief introductions to say in Japanese to and
Ooh.
I had to say mine, and I pronounced it so bad. The notoriously polite Japanese students were laughing at me.
Well, no. Hold on.
It's endearing laughter.
No. That's appropriate in Japan. It's the opposite of us. It's polite to laugh if somebody were to trip or something.
Yeah.
That's their culture.
It's like supportive laughter. It's not condescending like ours.
Regardless, my peers from the US were also laughing at me.
Everybody's laughing.
So.
That's great. Bunch of laughs all around. Everybody had a good time.
All right. Let's watch the episode and discuss the episode of Lapras. Like I said, I'm somehow tying this into Coming of Age Day because the Lapras is growing up. We're meeting new people. We're all growing up. Coming of Age Day. We haven't done an orange. The intro in Japanese has a very funny shot goes on for way too long of Ash just shaking his fist like this. It's like that Arthur meme, where he's just about to punch somebody.
Yeah, and yeah. That's good.
And in the intro, we of course see Tracy Sketch, which is I was surprised.
Terry,
our boy Terry. There's some good music from the video game in the intro and in the show. Does anybody have written down all of the English names for the islands we visited?
Good.
Yeah.
No. You do?
I've got Dai
Yeah.
Dai. I don't.
But I have to say, for the English, the theme song is very interesting, very of its time.
Oh
Yeah.
I love this one.
The chorus is like, we all live in a Pokemon world.
We all live in a Pokemon world. Pokemon.
Oh, that's great. And they have a rap.
Master of them all.
I don't know why they were so obsessed with rap.
Want to be a master? Pokemon, do you got the skills to be number one? We all live in a Pokemon world. I wanted the CD so bad, but nobody got it for me, and I was sad as a kid.
Maybe one day. In English,
did they have a flashback to them getting the GS ball?
Yeah.
They
and
did?
The announcer. Yeah, they did.
Oh.
And the announcer's like, last time they were going to Valencia Island and they got the mysterious GS Pokeball from Professor Ivy. And Brock decided to stay. And then there's a blimp. And Jigglypuff was there. And yeah.
I must have just been not paying attention or something during the
flashback
recap because I was so confused. And I just kept thinking, what's that ball? What's Ash holding?
We already talked about the ball. Originally, it was going to be related to Cerebi, but they just dropped that plot line. Big GS ball. The mysteries continue. It's like Lost over here.
Mm-hmm. With a shipwreck.
Team Rocket captured the twerps, escaped so that they would die. Luckily, they didn't die when their blimp crashed. And then the episode starts with Ash and Misty escaping from the wreckage. And they are afraid, Geese, that they are on an uninhabited island. But then who shows up? It's a bunch of tourists, and they all love Pikachu. They all love Togepi. There are some women who put the lei on them as if it were Alola. Way before we knew about Alola.
Yeah.
Turns out, this island is home to a theme park called the Pokemon Park, where there's a big forest.
Which they don't show us.
No!
Yeah.
That's a big tease.
They didn't have the animation budget for it.
In Japanese, it's called Bonchan Island.
In English, it's the Orange Isles. I think they only refer to the Orange Isles.
Well, the Orange Island's all of them. So oh my God! They hear the cries of something, and it turns out it's the cries of a baby Lapras in trouble. And
being abusively trained.
Oh, they're trying to train it? I didn't get that in Japanese.
No.
I thought they were just being
They're
jerks.
just being bullies.
No, they said they were training for the Orange Isle battles or something.
There's a bunch of delinquents, also appropriate for Coming of Age Day. A bunch of teenagers, and they're being mean and kicking and hitting a baby Lapras with a stick. And I was proud of Ash in Japanese. Ash just sprints down there. He's like, "What do you think you're doing? Get off that Lapras!"
It's very authoritative. Little 10-year-old Ash taking charge.
There's some spoilers I get later, but I'm actually super confused about the delinquents. Hindsight 2020, watching everything. Are they just delinquents, a part of a gang in Japanese called the Southern Cross? What is it in English?
What?
No, they're not even. They don't get a name. They don't have a name. They're just talking about how they need to train for the Orange League.
Yeah, to fight the Orange League.
That's what we get at the end of the episode in Japanese. So that's why I was confused, because at first it seems like they're just saying, we're a part of the gang of delinquents called the Southern Cross.
Oh, that's
But then at
sick.
the end of the episode, Oak and Ivy and everybody saying, oh, and Nurse Joy, whoever, Tracy Sketch and whatnot, they're all saying, oh, well, if you want to participate in the Orange League and battle against the gym leaders of Orange Islands, first you got to defeat Southern Cross. So I'm super confused.
That they didn't mention any overarching gang affiliation.
Also, the name of the island I found in my notes is Tangelo Island.
Tangelo. Sounds cute.
Like a tangerine.
So Gang Southern
Mhm.
Cross decides they're going to battle Ash, and they throw out a Spearow and a Hitmonchan and a Beedrill, and Misty gets real scared for Togepi and puts little Togepi away in her little bag and is about to
Even though
seal.
Togepi is stronger than them all, right?
Well, if he uses Metronome and gets a good enough move off.
Oh, right.
probably.
I forgot Metronome's random.
Togepi's no Happiny, which has incredible strength, as we learned in the boat episode. Go, Pikachu! Oh, wait, they're interrupted by our boy. Who is it?
Jerry.
Yes, he wants to sketch all the Pokemon.
Beedrill's
And-
freezing animation is very funny because it's just running.
Running?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's just running and freezes on the ground. It's very fun.
Tracy Sketch wants to analyze all of the Pokemon, and he can see that Team Southern Cross's Pokemon have all been very poorly trained and mistreated, but Pikachu's fur is very nice, so clearly people have been nice to him.
On account
he's
of
been
Ash
treated well.
attaching that electrode to its face early on in its life.
Yeah, he tells Pikachu he has an intelligent face.
The English version, he says that your electric sacs are very well developed or something like
Nice.
that. Yep.
Yeah, he tells him to Thundershock his little electric monitoring thing.
Yeah,
And
as if anybody could shock that little.
Pikachu is a bit hesitant, but then when Team Southern Cross attacks, Pikachu just shocks everybody.
Yep.
And Tracy says, "Oh God, I couldn't measure that. I guess it was too powerful."
I got sorry to interrupt. I just got a text message from my father that he got me McDonald's, so I will be right back.
That's the most exciting thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, man.
I know, right? Okay, I'll be right back.
Dongles.
Okay. I wish my father would get me McDonald's.
Okay, Pikachu shocks everyone. Oh no, God, the Clambos, the Lapras, it's so weak. It's in trouble. And Tracy gives a first aid spray to Ash and tells, okay, maybe in English this is way more clear. But he gives the first aid spray to Ash, tells Ash to take care of it. Does he also tell Ash that Ash needs to find Nurse Joy, but he just runs off?
I don't remember. I think he says he's finding Nurse Joy. Or he's
That
getting
would
help
make-
or something like that.
That would make a lot more sense. In Japanese, it seemed like he told Ash to go call Nurse Joy, and he's just gonna run away. But as we shortly learn, they all end up at the Pokemon Center. So I guess Tracy did run off to
Get help.
yeah, because they all show up.
It's
at-
real
their-
adorable.
Pokemon Center.
Pikachu catching the little vial. That little animation was good because he's like, "Go on, take it," and he's just trying to stick this thing in Lapras's mouth, and Pikachu catches it.
We cut to the Pokemon Center. Is Lapras doing better? Question mark. Turns out it's just a baby child Lapras. And this is where Tracy finally introduces himself as a in Japan.
Pokemon. Yeah, what is it in Japanese?
Well, sounds like the same as English. Pokemon Watcher.
That's
Watcher.
just such a bad name.
Geese got dongles, and she's got a yellow shirt and a red
Backrest?
backrest. So it fits for the dongles theming. She dropped her dongles.
Oh no! Barbecue sauce everywhere. Thank God the backrest is red.
Let's see the dongles.
And she's
What
frozen.
is it? Is it nuggets? It's French fries. French fries. Do you realize your color scheme and a QPC?
I thought that
Oh
was
my God.
was a book titled Quarter
No.
Pounder with Cheese.
My favorite series.
Just the history of McDonald's.
Geese, are you aware that your color scheme matches dongles with your
Has to
yellow
be.
shirt and red backrest?
There's no way that's not intentional.
She's aware. God, it's delicious dongles.
I have a fork to eat my fries, so my
But
fingies don't
Geese-
get
You
it.
have a fork with your fries? Where?
I eat-
What are you talking about?
I eat fries with fries all the time.
You do
Geese.
not. You eat
Then-
them when you have like a bunch of In-N-Out all over the place.
And when I'm dipping into sauces. Geese. Then who shows up?
I thought you were just gonna go geese, 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 and we were just gonna watch her eat French fries.
Team Rocket.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And they say Lapras is rare. Time to steal it. But then some kids run in and they've got a Sandshrew and a Voltorb and a Starmie. And they got to heal them up, I guess. Did they make that clear in English? That they're going to heal it up so they can battle Southern Cross.
The animators put the kids are holding their Pokemon so that it's blocking their mouths. So it's easier to animate.
One of them says the most realistic kid thing, saying, "Oh, my Sandshrew got scratched while we were trying him by accident."
Oh, that's cute.
It's
they
very
didn't do
cute.
that in Japanese, but that's good. By accident.
Yeah, so cute.
And then now I'm super confused because now they're saying Southern Cross are gym leaders, and I refuse to believe those punks, those delinquents are gym leaders. I'm very confused.
No, they're training to take on the Orange Islands, which confused me very much.
But Ash is getting all excited about it because he's reading a flyer about Southern Cross, about gym leaders. Misty says, there is absolutely no time for that. We need to get to Professor Oak and give him that GS ball. So,
and
of course,
Terry overhears this.
Oh, Terry's the biggest Professor Oak stan in the world.
He's a Pokemon watcher and an Oak watcher too.
Ash's reaction was pretty amusing. He says, "Oh, I didn't know Oak was that big of a deal. I just lived next to him. I mean, I've known him my whole life. He's just a normal dude."
Yeah, part of a four house town, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, in the anime, the canon for Pallet Town is there's a lot more people, but video games are more of a representation. Much like all art, it's not real. You use your imagination.
Geese.
We get on the video phone with Professor Oak, as we always do.
Terry's losing his mind. Doesn't introduce himself. Then talks about how he wants to be a traveling buddy, which I want traveling buddies. I guess that's not safe to just be walking across the country and pick up random passersby to join in your travel troupe, but
yeah, that really only works in JRPGs.
Yeah.
They're talking to Professor Oak. Ash asks for permission to compete in the Orange Island League, and Professor Oak says, well, with you, I mean, what's the point of saying no? You do it anyway. And Ash says, all right, and gets real excited and does a cool snap thing in Japanese. And so looks like, and Professor Oak says something along the lines of, I don't need that GS ball right away anyway, which I hope that's the writers just saying, I have no idea what we're going to do with this. No rush to.
Had they mentioned anything in the show about it, or was it mysterious?
The GS ball?
At this point.
Yes, that's the flashback is them getting the GS ball. And it's
right,
a big
but
mystery.
what did the... okay, so it's okay, mystery. Right.
In the video games, you get the GS ball, which unlocks Celebi in a special event, which we covered before. Nurse Joy interrupts the phone call and says Lapras is awake. Evidently, Lapras was sleeping.
Yep, trauma.
I guess it's doing better, but it's still very spooked, scared of humans.
Just like the dog we rescued for my mother.
Exactly. Togepi is so cute.
I'm sorry. Rewind. I need that story.
We rescued a little. It's a rat terrier pug mix. Tiny little dog was following us. It was like I think 40 degrees and raining a couple winters ago in San Antonio, and it would follow us. It would get close, but not super close, and then would run away and then come forward and run away. I had to lay down for it to like on the ground for it to come near me, and I had to stop a car to get it. But anyway, that's my mom's dog now. Very interesting animal, very nervous, pees itself a lot, but he does his best.
Is his name Tilly Jr.?
No, it's Charlie. I wanted it to be Charles.
Name it. Just call him Charles. The animals don't mind.
I do.
Ash thinks it's a great idea to sing to Lapras. That'll make it feel better. And as soon as he pulls out his microphone he carries around with him at all times, Jigglypuff shows up and says, no, I want to sing.
Such a strange cameo. Just had nothing to do with the plot. It's just like the writers were like, hey, we got a minute. Let's get Jigglypuff in there.
You girls ever watch Pokemon? That happens all the time.
Really?
In the original series. Jigglypuff always shows up and sings.
Okay.
In Japanese, of course, her name is Puri. So she goes, Puri, Puri, Puri.
Such a good song.
And everybody falls asleep because that's what the move Lullaby does. For some reason, Jigglypuff can't get that through her head that her song literally makes people fall asleep. It's not that they think she's a bad singer and boring. It literally makes people fall asleep. So she, of course, draws with her marker that is also her microphone all over their faces, and they all look goofy, except for Togepi, which looks adorable, Geese. Togepi gets little cat whiskers. Very cute.
The eyes wide with the French fry bite. That needs to be a screensaver.
So Lapras, shortly after waking up, immediately goes back to sleep thanks to Jigglypuff. And the worst part, Geese, is that Jigglypuff ruined Tracy's drawing because she scribbled all over it.
It was a very good drawing, too.
Yeah. All the kids wake up. Misty, of course, says, Doshio, Doshio, which means, what shall I do?
Oh.
Ash tries
remember
to
that, Geese, for when you're ordering at McDonald's in Japan.
Yeah. Doshio, Doshio.
Arigato, Doshio.
And they're going to say, Ebi Fideo. And you're going to go, hi.
Mm-hmm. Hajimemashite.
Yoroshiku. Lapras.
Don't look so sad.
Oh, poor Geese.
You can't look that sad.
She's a regular Lapras over here. Lapras is sad. Ash jumps in the water, takes his little vest off, his button up, but he's still wearing.
Did you think he looked sick? Oh.
He looks very sick. He looks incredible.
Yeah.
But he jumps in the water, full shirt, full pants, full belt, full shoes, full socks.
I know I mention this every episode, but it is very difficult to swim with full clothing. Very, very difficult. We used to have to do that in swim team. We would put on either like pantyhose for warm-ups or once a year or something. We would just jump in with regular shirt and jeans, and it's so hard to swim in that.
But he's swimming like a champ, says, how can we convey our feelings in Japanese? But then Geese, what happens? Geese is chewing her dongles. She's swallowing her dongles.
Just start singing.
Team Rocket.
No.
That's right, Geese. Team Rocket. They shoot a big net into the water, and it's very scary. So what's going to happen? Oh, my God. We see their intro. They captured Lapras. Poor Lapras.
How much does Lapras weigh?
Well, it's a baby, so only like 300 pounds or something.
It's still larger than the truck.
That poor Lapras has been through the thick of it. This poor Lapras, girls, can't catch a break.
Really?
Always getting captured, always getting hit with sticks. God,
well, and just think, it was stranded to begin with. So it's away from all the other Laprases?
Yeah, Lapras.
To begin with, as a child, then it's kidnapped, then it's almost force-fed medicine, technically kidnapped again to the Pokemon Center.
Re-kidnapped.
And now it's kidnapped from the Pokemon Center.
Trip-napped. So Team Rocket's doing their intro. Tracy is very impressed with Meowth because Meowth is just speaking English, or Japanese in my case. Runs over there to interview Meowth about this incredible ability it has while drawing Meowth. And at first Meowth just goes, nya, 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 as if it were just a non-English/Japanese speaking Pokemon. But then Meowth eventually starts to talk, and he gets a little nervous and talks about, maybe I should go through my manager. Then we get the best good face. I had to immediately pause the episode and screenshot. Jessie shoves her foot on Meowth, and it's the funniest face.
I'm glad you paused at that too. That when it's squished in.
Squished Meowth face.
Oh, it's great.
It's top tier good faces. Look forward to seeing it on the thumbnail for this episode because it is one heck of a good face.
It's terrific. The animation in this episode is top tier.
Team Rocket and Tracy almost got me calling him Terry. Almost.
Terry.
They have a short conversation before Team Rocket quickly throws out Weezing to do another smoke screen and then escapes with the Lapras. Oh my God.
On a truck.
But luckily, what Pokemon does Tracy have?
The scariest Pokemon that I've seen so far.
No.
Outside of the one that you showed me, the real scary one. Venonat, which just looks like a science fiction monster. No offense.
Venonat has little radar eyes, so it can just pinpoint, accurately tell where the truck is. And so now we get kids on bikes, the bicycles, and Clambos. These kids are pedaling so fast. Ash is pedaling about 60 miles an hour.
Well, you got to figure that Lapras is weighing down the truck.
That's a good point. But Ash is on the tail of the truck. They're chasing him down. They're flying over. It's like an 80s movie. Like E.T.
It's like Fast and the Furious.
It's like Fast and the Furious.
Lost. Lapras.
Jumping over cliffs.
Just for tail.
Ash jumps off his bicycle onto the truck with the Lapras, because the Lapras is in like a pickup bed thing, and then the front cab is a cute little Japanese cab. They're all squeezed in there. Misty and Tracy at this point are so tired they can't pedal 60 miles an hour any longer. But Ash just God, superhero Ash over here. Hold on, I need a sip of water or coffee. This is a very intense scene.
This is literal Fast and Furious stuff. Ash jumps off of his bike onto the moving truck
with both
and
arms
then
out.
jumps onto the truck part and goes into the car through the window.
Yep. Then there's a giant electric explosion in the cab.
Well, Ash is grabbing Jesse's hair, pulling it, and then what happens with Pikachu, Taylor?
Electrifies the cab with an explosion and things.
The trailer is now detached, so you've got a Lapras half with Ash and a Team Rocket half.
And there's a ramp?
The vehicle's going down a hill. It's accelerating very quickly, and there's a ramp at the bottom of this hill.
There's a
Team
ramp at the bottom of the hill.
Rocket's half of the vehicle goes up the ramp and blasts off again. And then what we proceed to see is a shot-for-shot remake of the King of the Hill episode where Bobby and Hank are in that truck on the mountain. So we've got Ash and Lapras going crazy, twisting and turning, going backwards down a hill. Oh my God, they're never going to survive. And really, Clambos, I don't think they do, because they fall off the mountain at some point and they're just flying through the air. Ash holds on to Lapras and says, "I promise I will save you." And Pikachu's there too.
The whole situation is so funny. First of all, it reminded me so much of the clip in the trailer of Hobbs and Shaw. You remember how much I was laughing at Jason Statham driving that truck?
Yeah.
Reminded me of that. And then the way Ash just magnetically attaches to Lapras's neck. They're both falling, and he's just like, "Oh, I'll go over here now." And says, "Don't worry, everything will be all right as long as we're together." Right, Lapras? Just in the air. Just imagine being consoled as you're hurtling towards the ocean.
As someone who's hurtled through the sky, I don't recall being able to hear that well. It's pretty windy.
Lapras heard.
Oh, yeah,
I was just thinking of the flights I've been on with bad turbulence, and people are screaming when there's a little bump. Meanwhile, Ash is looking at the ocean coming towards him, and he's like, "No, we're going to be all right. Power friendship, buddy."
Yeah, they got it. I mean, I think Lapras could probably take a fall into the ocean.
100%, yeah.
So I guess if Ash is holding on and the brunt of the force... Now, I'm no physician. I'm no physics engine. What is it?
Imagine
a giant. I'm no physicist. I'm no physicist.
A physics physician.
Yeah, I'm no physicist. But I imagine if you're holding on to something and the majority of the force from the water hits the Lapras, Ash could potentially survive.
That would cushion the fall, but there's still a giant spiked several 100-pound object that's landing either right in front of you that you're landing on top of, or it's landing on top of it. Ash is not making it out alive, but he's also electrocuted regularly.
No, it's like a trampoline. So they did it. They survived. Thank goodness. Tracy and Misty have no idea where they are, so thank goodness Venonat can just track them down to some beach 50 miles east or something.
Yeah, wherever they are. Imagine going to the edge of the cliff and Venonat, horror that he is just looking down saying, "Oh, they're down there." And Terry and Misty are just like, "Okay. Yeah, Misty and Terry."
We have a heartwarming reunion. Everybody's happy, and at some point during this, I guess the Lapras decides it wants to be on the team. So now the baby Lapras is Ash's Pokemon, and Tracy says, "I'm joining too. I want to meet Professor Oak. We're all going to go off together. We're going to ride this Lapras into the sunset and challenge the Orange Island League." I believe Nurse Joy shows up, waves goodbye, and everyone's growing up as per the episode theme,
Coming
of Age Day in Japan, of course.
Sure,
holiday,
yeah.
Everybody knows it.
Mm-hmm.
They're sailing off to Notskon Island to battle Simstim.
Mm-hmm. Like the orange.
Dig time. So then we get the outro of the episode. The end credits in Japanese, they're whatever. I was watching it thinking, was Golden... I'd have to look at the timeline because we've got this entire filler series based completely not on the games.
Mm-hmm.
Was the Gold and Silver supposed to be out by now and it wasn't? I'm kind of confused why they needed the Orange Islands and when Gold and Silver anime started.
It was probably just a normal filler anime reasons. It hadn't caught up to the source material yet, like the localization hadn't.
Maybe. But so then we get the Professor Oak's outro. He does his haiku and he does his Poke info of the day, this time with Dugong. Everybody loves Dugong. Oh, these are some good screenshots, Geese.
Oh. God, Ash's spine is just not human.
Justin's running a bit early, so he's going to be here soon.
Oh
my
great.
God.
Classic Justin.
30 minutes early.
Yeah, if you're not 30 minutes
That is
early, you're
classic
15
Justin.
minutes late. That's the
Got
Justin
him.
quote of the year. Did Justin bring you McDonald's? No. I like Justin. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yep.
My eyeballs hurt. Do you have like a sinus headache?
This is the first day I have a runny nose. I haven't been sick in 3 years, I would say. And I've got a runny nose. I don't know what's going on. Bless you.
I thought I was going to sneeze, but I didn't.
Okay. I thought you were going to sneeze too.
I need more eyeball juice.
You could always just, close your eyes, right? Close your eyes and roll them around, like look in every direction, and it'll lubricate them right up. Or rub them and keep them open. Thank God you were eating those French fries with a fork, huh? Just imagine rubbing
Exactly.
McDonald's salt. Ugh, the pain.
I'm grabbing a question we had for the question of the day. Anybody
All right,
wants
can
to
I take a bite of my burger?
Quarter pounder with cheese? Absolutely.
Or should I wait until we wrap up?
You can take a bite of burger.
Yeah, bite a burger.
Okay.
Let's hear a quarter pounder wrap up.
I'll
Okay,
do the
so-
wrap up and then I'll take a bite and Taylor can answer the question.
Okay.
Great.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Taylor, for joining us today. Third member of the show. Justin, of course, is the fourth member.
Everyone send dongles to Justin. Send him his treat stream. Uber Eats him.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. You can follow us on social media at Look, Listen, Cast on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you to Keith Squared for our artwork. You can follow him on twitch.tv/Keith Squared. And thank you to our supporters. Guyera, how can people support us?
Please go to looklistencast.com where you can click in anchor.fm link and then you can support us. Thank you very much. And shouts out to Professor Ticklebits for the boilerplate and the ad edit and the website and everything else. And Clambos, please recommend this family. Oh, how do I always mess this one up?
It's because we
Please
were talking about
recommend-
Fast and Furious.
I know. Please recommend this podcast to your friends and family, including young ones and old ones, because there's no swear words. So it's perfect. And then I put it in the wrong place. But Taylor, please read this question from Elton John.
This is a question from Elton John, starring
Nope.
motion
Don't
controls.
say it. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers for the
November-
question.
November
Do you
22nd.
think November 22nd, starring, do you think Pokemon should try again with motion controls? And if so, how?
Here's the answer to that question.
Let me
Oh.
ask a question. I'll make a little sub-question. When did Pokemon have motion controls?
Oh, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee extensively use motion controls. Even when you're holding the Switch, if you don't have the Pokeball, you can play all of Pokemon Let's Go using this Pokeball. Play the entire game because this thing is an analog stick.
It's a
this is your-
Pokeball. It's a little mini Pokeball.
Yeah. And this is your confirm, and then you can hit this
It's
to
a button
cancel.
on the Pokeball. Just
Yep.
for the viewers at home, for the
For
visually
the listeners,
impaired.
for the listeners. So that game is completely based around motion control. So when you're in a Pokemon battle, Pokemon Let's Go doesn't actually have Pokemon battles. It has battles against trainers, but if you're encountering a Pokemon, it just becomes Pokemon Go, and you can only catch it. So you just throw the ball to throw a Pokemon. And if you're holding Joy-Con, you have to do the same thing. You have to toss it like that. And
At what point were you doing this number for Pokemon? Weren't you moving your hands back and forth, both of them like that, like drums? Were you doing that in Pokemon ever, or is that
I
a
don't-
Wii Fit thing?
I don't recall doing that. But maybe Clambos right in. looklistencast@gmail.com. When was I doing that? What Taylor was doing with his ands.
You saw it.
You all saw it. Like the track and field on NES. In Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. Even if you're holding it in handheld mode, you're still, to catch a Pokemon, you have to move the entire Switch like this.
Oh, that's
to use
cool.
the gyro.
That's really
cool. So that
cool.
entire game is motion. To answer the question, you can put it back in, but I recommend making it optional because there's a lot of people who are not into motion controls. And although it can be fun, I don't think you should make it mandatory. Now, as far as the question, how do you implement it? The way Let's Go Pikachu Eevee did it, I think, is a good baseline, but you really got to improve. And I don't know how you do this with the Nintendo motion, but it's really frustrating when you feel like you did it correctly, but the game says you did it wrong. So you just somehow have to improve the tracking or the... I'm changing my answer. No, don't bring it back. You can't do it.
I think having motion controls as shortcuts for things is pretty cool. And I think if there's like a camera, taking pictures with the camera could be motion controls. I think that would be really cool. But core gameplay, especially for something as long as Pokemon,
It's kind of fun to shake a controller to throw a Pokeball. It's kind of exciting. Geese, that's your answer to the question from November 22nd. Thank you, Elton John.
And Taylor for the additional question. You're welcome.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you, Elton John.
I think they should do a Connect situation that you have to literally do the throwing motion.
To throw your Switch at the TV.
So that you catch the Pokemon.
The only thing the Connect was good for was Paranormal Activity, too.
Yes. Ever since I watched that movie and go downstairs to play with my Xbox and I see the Connect, I get scared.
Do you have a basement?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Nope. 2 was very scary. I saw 1 and 2 in I guess I saw all of them in theaters.
I saw all of them in theaters except for the one they didn't put in theaters, which you probably have never seen this one, girls, but they just call it Paranormal Activity, even though it doesn't have anything to do with that franchise.
The weird Amish one or something?
Yeah, it's Amish.
I didn't watch that. I watched the synopsis, but all the other ones I saw with you, I think. Not the first 2. Those I saw in college.
Yes,
although we did watch that. Good movies.
When I watched Paranormal Activity 1, there's a person sitting next to me in the theater just loudly laughing the whole time.
Wow, that's interesting.
I was so into Paranormal Activity 1, I had all these rips of every ending they ever made for it.
Yeah, we watched all this.
Just very exciting. I was super into the first one. God,
I went into the first one I thought it was like a science fiction movie or something. I don't know why, but I didn't think it was a horror movie, even though I can't remember when it was released, but I think there were 20-something of us that went in college, and I was scared out of my mind. Because I just kept thinking,
of that one?
Ghost.
Yeah, there's a ghost.
Yeah,
that's the plot. There's a ghost in the house. It possesses Katie.
Whoa! Spoiler. Actually, it does. Though.
Well,
he's right.
Geese. It's actually real spooks because, I never get scared from movies. The only movies that can give me any tingle of anything, and probably not even anymore because I've already seen them, are the first Blair Witch Project and the first Paranormal. But what was so spooky about Paranormal Activity is that out of nowhere, there's a picture that shows up from a house that she lived in as a little girl that burned down, and it's impossible for this picture to exist, and it's very scary. So when they make the sequels of her as a little girl in that house, ooh, spooky. Spookstown.
Very sick. It's a real like slow burn horror movie, and they had to use their very small budget on minimalist special effects, so it actually turns out really well.
And our favorite line from the film is, of course, the boyfriend going on about how he's got his firewire. And he loves his firewire.
I forgot about that. Good old, what was his name? Micah.
Oh, yeah. My family said, why don't they just go to Whataburger? They didn't.
Sure. When you got Don's.
All right, Clambos, thank you for listening to the Coming of Age Day special. I hope you enjoyed it. And please send more listener questions, or as Geese calls them, user questions, to looklistencast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. And get real excited. We got the Ash and Pikachu farewell miniseries coming out soon. How to be a master. I know.
Pokemon.
How to be a master.
Japanese
number
vlogs.
1.
And Japan vlogs. How to be a master. Pokemon. You got skills. Be number 1. Goodbye.
Taylor.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Pete. Thank you for listening to the Geese Pete Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.